Good morning, everybody. Here we are. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday here on the Amazing Grace Sports Network, where we get into the areas of your life to support your mental, your physical, and your spiritual wellness. Now, today, we're about to introduce the book, The Plant Paradox. Yes, The Plant Paradox. And I'm going to read some excerpts from the book to give you an idea of what it covers. Now, I've talked about this book before, and I think it was about 3 weeks ago, and I decided to bring it to your attention so that you understand what you were trying to do. So I'm going to read some excerpts from the book to give you an idea of what it covers and to comment on. I'm just going to comment on it in between. Now, this is very, very important. So let's get to this thing. Hold on. It's a very, very important. This is a very, very, very important Wellness Wednesday. So let's get right into it. We can get started. Now, I'm going to quote from the book, and you're going to listen. Well, unfortunately, you have to listen to me, but it could be worse. Now, quote from the book. Suppose in the next few pages, I told you that everything you knew about your diet and your health and your weight was wrong. For decades, I believed those lies as well. I was eating a healthy diet. After all, I am a heart surgeon. This is Dr. Gundry speaking, not me. I rarely ate fast food. I consumed a low-fat dairy diet and whole grains, nor was I a slouch in the fitness department. I ran 30 miles a week and worked out at the gym daily. Despite the fact that I was hauling around excess weight and had high blood pressure, migraine headaches, arthritis, high cholesterol, and insulin resistance, I continued to believe that I was doing everything right. And if you're reading this book, you too probably know that something isn't right, but you don't know what. Maybe you simply can't take control of your raging appetite or your cravings for certain foods. That low carb, low fat, paleo, low glycemic, and other diets haven't helped you and were unsustainable. Or after initial success, the weight that you lost quickly crept back. Nor has running, speed walking, weight training, aerobics, CrossFit yoga, or core training, spinning, high intensity interval workouts or training, or whatever exercise programs that you've tried, they haven't gotten rid of those extra pounds. Perhaps your primary concern is food intolerance and cravings, digestive issues, which we all know about, headaches, brain fog, aching joints, morning stiffness, adult acne, or a host of other conditions that you just can't shake. Possibly, you suffer from one or more autoimmune diseases or disorder such as type 1 or type 2 diabetes, a metabolic syndrome, or a thyroid or a hormonal condition. Perhaps you have asthma or allergies. You may feel that you are at fault for your poor health or your excess pounds, which adds guilt to a heavy load. That's a pun. If there's any comfort, you are not alone. But all that is about to change for you. Welcome to the Plant Paradox. Now, that is a whole lot to digest, pardon the pun of my own, on eating and diet. But from my observation and personal experience, everyone over 30 is feeling sluggish, out of whack, maybe a little bit of brain fog. We attribute it to parenting, okay? Being parents, working too hard, eating fast foods, and maybe alcohol consumption. Now, between parenting, working, and socialization, we don't work out as much as we should. And by our mid-30s, we are feeling old. That's right. I've been there. By our mid-30s, we are feeling old. And we think this is the beginning of the end. And that thought circles in our brains, and it doesn't make it better that we think that, our life is all of a sudden almost over in our 30s. We can't move the way we used to. We aren't reacting the way we used to. We're not getting the same results we used to get in life. So, surely, to be sure, parenting, working too much, eating fast foods, and alcohol consumption definitely play a part in not having that get up and go for sustained periods of time. But it goes deeper. much deeper. So let me continue with Dr. Gundry, and we will find out how deep the rabbit hole goes. Now, to quote him again, quote, starting in the mid-60s, we have seen a rampant rise of obesity, type 1 and type 2 diabetes, asthma, and hold on, asthma and a couple of other things. I'm just going to read from my thing here, and that way you'll get it. We have seen a rampant rise in obesity, type 2, type 3, autoimmune diseases, asthma, allergies, and sinus conditions, arthritis, cancer, heart disease, osteoporosis, Parkinson's disease, and dementia. Not coincidentally, in the same period, there have been many seemingly imperceptible changes in our diet and in our personal care products that we use. I've discovered a significant part of the answer to the mystery of why our collective health has declined and our collective weight has risen so dramatically in just a few decades. And it starts with plant proteins called lectins. Now, you probably have never heard of lectins, but you are definitely familiar with gluten, which is just one lectin among thousands. Lectins are found in almost all plants, as well as some other foods. In fact, lectins are present in the vast majority of foods in the current American diet, including meat, poultry, and fish. Among their other functions, lectins level the playing field in the war between plants and animals. You see, long before humans walked the earth, plants protected themselves and their offspring from hungry insects by producing toxins, of which lectins are one, in the plant seeds and in other parts. It turns out that the same plant toxins that can kill or immobilize an insect can also silently destroy your health and insidiously impact your weight. Many plant foods are good for you. Others that have been regarded as health foods are actually to blame for making you sick and overweight. That's right. Most plants actually want to make you ill. Now, let's stop there for a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, and sports fans everywhere, have you ever heard this before? That plants, for the most part, are trying to kill you? No, you haven't. The sun's come out, and now the sun's on my, gives me a nice glow. It shows you my youthful exuberance. Okay, no, you haven't. But it's all logical. You see, fish can swim away. Birds can fly away. And deer, they can run away. But a plant cannot. In fact, the longer you live, the more time you have to consume more of them and their offspring. So unbeknownst to you, they are trying to shorten your life. Sounds crazy at first, until you factor in what you have never really considered. Even though you know that plants are living organisms, and like every other living organism, they are geared towards survival. Survival. What are you trying to do when you improve your dieting condition? You're working toward your survival. Why are plants trying to kill you? Survival. Now, one is a little bit more extreme than the other, but you get the picture. So let's pick this up a little further into the book, and we'll discuss why they're trying to discombobulate you. Now, every living thing possesses the drive to survive and to pass on its genes to future generations. We consider plants our friends because they feed us. But plants regard us and all predators as enemies. Therefore, the dilemma we plant eaters face. The very foods that we need to eat have their own way of discouraging us from consuming them and their offspring. The result is an ongoing battle between the animal kingdom and the plant kingdom. You see, Plants defend themselves. Plants actually have evolved an awesome array of defensive strategies to protect themselves, or at least their seeds, from animals in all shapes and sizes, including humans. Plants have Plants may use a variety of physical deterrents, such as color to blend in their surroundings, an unpleasant texture, sticky stuff such as resins and saps that entangle insects, provide protective cover by making sand or soil clump or attract grit that makes them unpleasant to eat, or a simple reliance on a hard outer coating such as a coconut or a spine-tipped leaves such as artichokes. Now, I'm just going to take a second here to do something with my screen because it has gotten bright in here and I can't see my screen as well. So we are going to take care of that by making it a little bit bigger. Okay, it says it's artichoke. Other defensive strategies, which are far subtler, plants have evolved to use biological warfare to repel predators, such as poisoning, paralyzing, or disorientating them, or to reduce their own digestibility to stay alive and protect their seeds and enhance the chances that their species will survive. Both of these physical and chemical defensive strategies are remarkably effective at keeping predators at bay and even sometimes at getting animals to do their bidding. To discourage insects and other animals from consuming them and their babies and transporting them elsewhere, instead of a hard casing, the naked seed contains one or more chemicals. These chemicals weaken predators, paralyze them, or make them ill so they won't make the mistake of eating the plant again. These substances include phytates, often referred to as anti-nutrients, which prevent the absorption of minerals in the diet, trypsin inhibitors, which keep digestive enzymes from doing their job, interfering with the predator's growth, and lectins, which are designed to disrupt cellular communication by, among other things, causing gaps in the intestinal wall barrier, a condition known as leaky gut. So, I think you're getting the gist of what I'm saying, but let's wrap it up so that you understand what you have been dealing with without knowing that you have been dealing with it. My friends, my Romans, my countrymen, and women all over the world, this book was published 7 years ago. But before that, Dr. Stephen Gundry has spent 15 years presenting his findings at prestigious medical conferences such as the American Heart Association and publishing these findings in peer-reviewed medical journals. So this information has been out and about for 20 years. But many of you have no idea of it. In fact, you haven't even heard of Dr. Stephen Gundry. Well, Gundry graduated from the Yale University. He received his doctorate from the Medical College of Georgia. He studied cardiothoracic surgery at the University of Michigan, won a prestigious fellowship in research at the National Institute of Health, spent 16 years as a professor and head of cardiothoracic surgery at Loma Linda University of Medicine, where he encountered thousands of patients. In addition to being a physician, he was also a medical researcher and inventor of many devices used to protect the heart during heart surgery. In fact, he and his former partner, Leonard Bailey, performed more infant and pediatric heart transplants than anyone in the world. This is important because what Gundry found out by performing thousands of heart surgeries is what he is relating in this book. Your condition is not entirely your fault. There are an array of factors contributing to your condition. Your diet is the most important factor, yes, but even that has a fail to it because deliberate misinformation is the biggest contributor to your poor diet. What you don't know is hurting you. It's deliberate. The places where you are getting your information are deliberately either misinforming you or just not informing you at all, because they are tied in with the billions of dollars at stake. You see, your health has the priority to you, but to others, and by others I mean the media and pharmaceutical companies, the grocery store and restaurants, unfortunately, you are just a means to an end, a means to power or wealth. Each has their own goals, their survival. That's right. Just like plants, these companies have become self-surviving organisms. But just like you feed upon the plants and animals in order to survive, they feed upon you. You are the prey. But thanks to me, and more importantly, Dr. Stephen Gundry, you are about to learn not only to how to defend yourself, but how to get that body and mind you desire and deserve. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Understand that it is not only fast food, parenting, working, or socializing that is dragging you down. The very foods that you are eating and believing that they are healthy are contributing to you being sluggish, tired, feeling achy, sore, being overweight, having type 1 and type 2 diabetes, or suffering from an autoimmune disease. Whether you are a carnivore, an herbivore, or an omnivore, you need to know what is in this book. It will start you on a journey to wellness that will take you to places that you didn't know existed. As gorgeous George Foreman says, I guarantee it. And how can I say that? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm 63 years old. My journey after multiple knee surgeries and severe back issues started 5 years ago. Now, I no longer have heart palpitations from the stress or high cholesterol or high blood pressure anymore. I can run again. I've done 2 5Ks in the past month, and I plan to do 2 more before doing a 10K and eventually a half marathon. And, really, my goal is a whole marathon. 5 years ago, I couldn't run a quarter of a mile, not even a quarter of a mile without stopping. I go to the gym 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and vigorously work out without being too sore or too tired to do anything else for the rest of the day. I have workout videos online to show you. Wellness Wednesdays, just look them up. They're right there. So you, if you're 30, can feel 20. You, if you're 40, can feel 20. You, if you're 50, can feel 20. You, if you're 60, can feel 20. And you, if you're 70, can feel 20. I'm not too sure about 80s, but I hope to find out. See, this book doesn't only talk about plants. It delves into a host of other circumstances that are holding you back and keeping you down. But all that is going to change beginning now. So buy, download, listen, by any means possible, this book, The Plant Paradox. The Plant Paradox, ladies and gentlemen. And let's get this party started, because it's all about you. The most important person, if you're going to do anything for anybody else, is still you. So that caps off another Wellness Wednesday. Comment, like, and subscribe. Remember, comment, like, and subscribe. Give me your thoughts and your questions. I will answer them. Now, go forth. Go forth, ladies and gentlemen, and prosper. With that, we're going to say goodbye and have a good time. Ciao. Oh, enjoy the day.